guess the 6 grounders that will survive.
What do you think BTS is gonna do?
Be mentors.
Give them pizza? Like,
Pizza Bolo.
Pizza's on
we
us.
have Pizza Bolo, guys.
What is up, Squawk Quack, Danny Kim?
David, welcome to the Island After Show.
We're back.
You guys have been waiting for this so much. Every single video we post, the most upvoted comment is, where is Island After Show? Did you stop doing the reviews? Well, we were on vacation, guys.
Yeah, let us rest.
If you want our content, respect our vacation too.
Go to patreon.com/DKDKTV.
Did you watch EP4 or 5?
Yes,
the ones
all
we
of them.
did?
I watched everything.
We're all up to date. So it was revealed that there would be a part 2 of Island, and only 12 would make it to part 2. So 6 people would be eliminated from Island, 3 from an internal Islander vote, and 3 from the producer's vote. Then the eliminated 6 would move to the grounders and would be included in the global vote for 6 people to be selected among them again.
Right.
In episode 6, Islanders did their incredible performance. There was a part change between number 2 and 5, which was Yang Jung-won and Hee-seung, which had a great result at the end, and Yang Jung-won got the highest score, then Park Sung-hoon, and then Jae. After that, everyone in Island voted on who would get eliminated, and at the end, Lee Young-bin, Jo Kyung-min, Jung Jae-bum were eliminated by the Islanders, and afterwards, Byun-hee-ju, Choi Se-yeon, Lee Gun-woo got eliminated by the producers. Thus, the 6 who get to move up to part 2 is now decided, finalized as Jae, Sung-hoon, K, Jung-won, Jake, and Hee-seung. The grounders then became 16 people because Yoon-won got injured and left the program. As 16 people, the grounders reallocated the parts and got ready for their performance. The global voting ended yesterday on August 2nd, 12 p.m. KST. We didn't get to see the results yet, so let's try to each guess who the global voting results are going to be and make a bet. Show. Also, the program hinted that BTS would appear on August 14th on the show.
I actually saw a lot of BTS fans that were not too happy.
Oh, why not?
Because they were like, oh, BTS has come to save the show.
Well, we need BTS to save everything these days, so it's
That's
not
true.
something
Yeah.
new.
That's true. I mean, the show hasn't been getting great ratings. I don't think it's getting the hype that...
It's been stagnant. It's been 0.4 for a while.
Right, and a lot of people are saying that that's okay because it's a global program.
Yeah.
But I still think they expected maybe something a little bit higher than 0.4.
Of course.
They put in $20 million in this.
So about the program, first of all, I think it was surprising. I was kind of confused personally about the part 2 and part 1 thing and the voting system as well. So first of all, nobody knew that the program would proceed in this kind of way, like in a part 2 or part 1. I don't think any of the contestants knew as well. I think it would have been better to let them know from the beginning that they would only have like 2 to 3 chances to show their abilities. It would have become even more fierce, the competition. If you know that you're gonna be eliminated and you're gonna only get 4 chances to show yourself, then like our tactics that we discussed in our previous shows, like, you know, staying in the middle, like trying to be quiet, those all are irrelevant. If you knew that it was gonna be part 1, part 2, and then you won't have a chance to go to part 2, then you would have to like put in your 200% from the first beginning of the show.
That's what K-pop idol is like. I think it was great that they didn't let them know.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's what you get.
Yeah, that's
for
kind of
being
sad.
in the middle.
Yeah, you always have to grind. You always have to put your 100%.
Why you change your message, change your stance.
Well, if the system is like that. Also, about the survival program's process, I think the Islanders' top 6 selection was fair.
Yeah, I agree.
I felt like the internal vote followed by the producer vote system was pretty good. The results reached consensus. If you see the number of votes eliminated contestants got, it was like 11 to 12.
Right.
Like everyone unanimously picked the people who got eliminated. And you could see the producers had some sort of consensus. I don't have any issues about that system. But about the grounders, in conclusion, it's just like a popularity.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And they don't even have the producer's evaluation in that.
Right. Actually, I noticed that this episode is shorter by 20 minutes. So maybe they didn't have the time for some reason. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I like the pacing. I like how it's fast. Because I didn't expect them to pull this card, like just eliminating half of the people there.
Yeah.
This soon. So I thought that was a very fast-paced move. So it keeps you, on the edge. I personally have a hard time connecting with a lot of the trainees though. Like the more I see them, the more I lose interest. You know what I mean?
No.
No?
You need to elaborate.
I'm kind of getting bored maybe.
Of the trainees?
Yes.
Themselves or like the show?
It's difficult to tell, but like the interactions that they have, it's pretty like one-dimensional. Always fighting for this goal, and I understand like I kind of like that aspect. But like, since every single interaction is focused on getting in the island, and that's all they ever talk about, you know, very soulless and personality.
I understand where you're coming from. I think the show started to become a little stale because the same format every time. It's like the mission after mission, and then you need to get into like the
island,
top whatever.
Like who's gonna get into the
like
island?
Basically, there's nothing like really fresh. There's no
essentially produce 101, except you constantly rotate the members.
And also, I think a big factor is that there's less drama going on now. We can't do anything about it because that's just how Koreans are. But I just noticed that we could see like even if it's a competition, the Islanders and the Grounders, like whoever they are, they're all Koreans at the inside, and they're like very careful.
Half of them aren't like even Korean though.
Yeah, but they're like they're all Asian, and they're all like trying not to hurt each other's feelings. They're like being very respectful to each others, and even the producers, when they were choosing who to get eliminated, they were like, oh, but I kind of like this guy though, and that person was like, oh, but I kind of like this guy. Like, I respect your opinion, and then there was not like a lot of tension. It's just like flat.
Well, and here's my theory. Initially, there was a lot of tension because like when you put a bunch of boys in a room, you're gonna get tension. They're like young boys. If you think about high school, middle school, like the first week or so, you get a lot of like fights to decide who's gonna be the bully, who's gonna be the king of the class, who's gonna be the bullied. You know, we got the whole class like structure getting set, and then once you have that set, it kind of just like becomes stagnant. There's not a lot of changes, movement across the system here. So like I think that's what happened. They already figured out who's the leader, you know, who's the quiet one, who's the loud one.
One little tension I noticed was with Seon. Like Seon said that, oh, the Grounders don't like me, and that was a little bit of tension I did notice. But overall, there was like everyone just being respectful to each other, being caring for each other.
That's some fights.
That's not when we see Western audition shows and we put a bunch of people inside one house and we watch all the judges, it gets super aggressive. There's always beef. The judges always disagree on stuff, and they're like always fighting. I'm not promoting that kind of behavior, but if that's the level of like, I don't know, 100, i-landv right now is like 5 or 10.
Okay, so I see what's missing here. The judges are too respectful to each other.
Yeah, that's what
I think that's the key problem. See, if the judges were like, okay, Jay here is my boy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's my boy.
Like The Voice or something like that.
And we got some preferential treatment. And that translates over to the Islanders, the Grounders. They see that and they're like, oh, why is Jay getting preferential treatment from Rain? People are gonna bully. Like it's gonna be a lot of trauma, a lot of tension, and that's gonna cause it. But since the judges are so nice, they're so like nice to each other. Like Zico, Rain,
no one disagrees with each other.
They all like respect each other so much, and I totally get that because they're all really like big figures.
It's just Korean.
But you don't see like that K-pop star, was it?
Like
YG, JYP, like they disagree with each other. But here, like they all
That's what we need.
Never disagree.
Particularly for episode 6, some notable scenes for me was that I could see the attitude change or development in personality. Like Heesung and Jay. Heesung was like the ace, like he was the fiery, bossy person in the first episode. But as the episodes went on and on, like in episode 6, when he was offered like a good position, he was like, I don't think it's my place to decide this. You know, you guys do whatever you want. I'll just listen to your opinions.
Laid it down.
Yeah, that might be a political move. Like he doesn't want to get that hate or, you know, like that attention. But at the same time, I feel like he's realized that his first attitude got a little bit of tension and negativity in the beginning, and he's trying to like withhold that inside himself. So that's a development in his personality, at least a change. And also for Jay, your favorite dude, Jay, like he was the American dude. He was the aggressive, like the bull. There was this part where Jay was swapped with, I think it was Sunghoon, like one member for the performance, and he was kind of mad and sad about it in the beginning, but after that he became really chill. And in the interview, he was like, oh, what can I do? Like, it's what the people chose. Like, I guess I just have to do better.
He has kind of like a victim mentality where like he thinks everybody hates him. Because he says like, oh, like if it's global fan votes.
yeah.
Like no one's gonna vote for me. No
Right,
one
right,
likes
right.
me. I can see why he thinks that way, because he's probably like received that feedback from a lot of the contestants.
But still, at the end, if you see, like, he was very supportive towards the change and the team at the
I
end.
think he kind of let go.
Yes,
I think
he let go, and that's like a development in his personality as
right.
well. So I wanted to give a compliment for those two contestants. Like Island, it's great to see their development in the performances and skills and all that kind of stuff, but it's also a journey of themselves becoming a more mature human being. And plus, in episode 6, it was kind of cute because we could see his like cutesy side, being afraid of ghosts and stuff like that.
I really enjoyed that.
Oh, you didn't enjoy that part?
I was like,
he was like, oh,
yo, Jay, what are you doing? My boy.
Oh, a person
Get up, man.
Can't have like one dimension. He is a multi-dimensional character, and he is afraid of ghosts. And I can relate to that, so that was cute.
I want some drama. I want some action, not some like ghost shit, not some Casper shit. Like
It's funny. It was
I
cute.
turn on my television to
cute.
watch some kids.
It was a fresh side
ghosts.
of Jake. I became to like him because of that.
I
cute
kind of
side.
took back my like for Jay.
What?
My
Because
love
of
for
the
Jay.
ghost?
Yeah, my
Because
boy.
of
What are you
Casper?
doing, boy? Get back in the training room. My number one feedback, apart from the less drama stuff, is that I want them to now go outside. I'm gonna be honest here. I kind of was hyped for the $20 million building with the nursing room and shit, but now it's like, we spent like 6 hours in this house, room, whatever you call it, and we barely see any of it. Honestly, we barely see any of the other stuff.
Their bedrooms.
I mean, the other stuff is like in the behind the scenes stuff for television, at least, like for the episodes. We see the training room, we see the stage, like sometimes, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like those are
And the laundry room.
and the lobby maybe, like where they hang out.
Yeah.
But that's barely it. Like we barely see them actually utilize any of the facilities. They just. Most of them is like just settings for them to talk about like how to train.
Right.
It's not even like
Maybe they should go into the forest.
Yeah, exactly.
Not BTS.
Not BTS.
Like,
I want them to go outside.
Okay.
So I want them to like maybe like
Wow.
take a van to M Countdown or something.
I wasn't expecting this feedback, but if you think about it, it's kind of fresh.
Also, like the colors themselves, it's like very black, very like gray. The walls, there's no color there.
I never thought we would be critiquing the interior.
But I'm saying like that's even giving them like a more dimmer and more bland.
More Hunger Games feel.
Yeah, and it's kind of like interesting in the first 2 or 3 episodes, but now it's like, can we just get out of this room, please?
Well, I have some positive feedback.
Okay.
Like, not feedback, but I'm glad that Island maybe watched our video and took our feedback.
Probably not.
Maybe.
Yeah.
For example, I was complaining about this constantly, that the producers had no role. They didn't have any creative commentary, or they didn't actually interact with the contestants in a very personal or detailed level using their expertise. It was mostly like, oh, I like his visuals. Oh, he's a really good dancer. Like, you should do this and that. And that was basically it. But this time we could see at least Rain dance for them. We could see Rain coach Taki.
Right.
He was like, do this and that. And Zico was like, maybe Yang Jong-won should be like in a different part.
Right.
I think he has other strengths and stuff like that. We could see their experience and expertise transcend this time. So finally we're getting some expertise from the producers themselves, and also we got explanations and reasons on why these trainees are getting eliminated. Finally, we got every single trainee, every single contestant, and one sentence at least on the reason why they got eliminated. Before, it was just like, oh, this dude, that dude, these go to the grounders.
Go back to the ground.
These go to the island.
Exactly.
What the is going on? Who is making these decisions, and who voted for who and for what reasons? But finally, the producers were like, oh, this guy lacked a little bit of charisma in his facial expressions, that kind of stuff. We're not in the dark anymore. So I really like that fact. I really like a Big Hit or CJ Iena maybe watching like our show.
I know you're watching us.
Yeah, take our feedback.
Actually, I got a call from someone.
Oh, from a shaman. You got a call from a shaman.
I got a call from a shaman. Actually, they commented about our very first review because we said the show was shit.
Oh, yeah. We always kind of get attention by saying those kind of stuff. Like our whole career began. This studio benefits are because we shitted on a particular music video, and the music video producer contacted us and said, "I like your honesty. We need more of that in this industry. Without that, there's no development." And he gave us this opportunity. So, like, you know,
I guess we should shit on it more. Well, I've been shitting on it for a lot. Like, get rid of the fucking walls. Put some color on the wall.
Part 2, it's gonna be all rainbows and unicorns.
Right. I want them to decorate their space or something. For God's sake, it's so boring.
And get them some food other than pizza avolo.
Oh,
you know?
right. Like, pizza's supposed to be some. Are we in f***ing North Korea here? You're big. You spend $20 million and you're feeding these kids pizza, and they're gonna be excited about.
That's just a joke.
Okay.
But anyways, let's go on to the wrap up of the show.
Okay.
I just want to do a fun activity. Let's guess the 6 grounders that will survive. So there are 16 grounders left, and according to the global vote, only 6 will survive. The results are already out, but we don't know. The public doesn't know. Only Big Hen and CJENM knows. Let's make a bet. Let's choose our own 6. Next week, let's confirm on who gets the more matches.
Okay.
What do you want to put on the bet? Pizza?
Pizza Avolo. Pizza Avolo. Let's shoot the next episode with Pizza Avolo.
Okay.
김선우, 니키, 타키, 이영빈, 한빈, 최세훈.
Okay, we have some overlapping, but
strong votes.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm pro Japan, so I put Nikki and Taki there.
Okay.
And also, like, all the foreign members,
yeah,
you know, like they're gonna get the votes. And Nikki and Taki, among them, I'm gonna guess Taki will get more votes. But I think Nikki's also a very, very strong contender. So I got him a spot as well.
Okay.
Kim Sunwoo, he's most popular in Korea.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised by that, honestly.
I really like him. He's like the cutie boy.
Yeah.
And he's like the face that Koreans like.
And he's like the perfect idol archetype, I think.
Right.
He has a position in that spot.
He's like the aegyo.
Right. So Kim Sun is definitely getting a spot. Lee Young-bin, I just feel like he's a very good performer. I don't know if he's honestly like that in the spotlight right now, but I think he's big hits pick.
Right.
I feel that. I feel that.
Okay.
Hanbin, obviously, Vietnamese people are all gonna vote for him.
Okay.
Choi Seon, I personally think he's the type that Korean people like. So
I liked him in the beginning, but the more I see him, he became too diplomatic. So for me, it's definitely Kim Sun-woo. Like, I think we have consensus on that. Kim Sun-woo is gonna be there for sure. And then I have Daniel. Daniel showed a very good performance. He showed his abilities with the performance, and a lot of people said he looks like me. So
okay, so you put in.
And also Konu. Konu was very good in vocals. I think he was one of the contestants that shined in vocals the most. I feel like he did an amazing performance with Heesung, with the duo. He was in the island for a long time, for 3 consecutive times. The producers and the show noticed him a lot, and he had a lot of screen time, so that would have affected a lot of people's votes. And also I agree with Lee Young-bin, because like overall he was all-rounder. He was very good with the performances, and also he looks very good.
Right. I think he's also like one of the archetypes.
Yeah. He's like the idol figure.
All-rounder idol.
Beauty standard too. And then I have Nikki. I'm sorry to Taki, but although Japan had a lot of votes, Nikki was the number 1 in Japan in the statistics.
Really?
So I feel like the votes from Japan are going to be divided with Nikki and Taki.
But I think Koreans will like Taki more.
Taki is the cute guy, and Koreans will like him. But still, if
Taki's my boy,
if Japan is going to choose, they're gonna choose Nikki. I think so. Last but not least, I think Pyeoniju.
That's a left field.
Yeah,
call,
but I feel like he left a very strong appearance in the last episode.
Really?
Like, yeah, he was like, nobody really knew him. But
I was like, who is this guy again?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, he was around?
Nobody really knew him, but at the last episode, he got a lot of spotlight and interviews, and he said like he wanted to do his best. He wanted to like make an impression and stuff. So let's see who is going to have more matches. The winner is going to buy pizza for
Pizza Avolo.
Pizza Avolo.
Only Pizza Avolo.
Yeah, Pizza Avolo is everywhere these days.
Really?
In Ireland, it's okay to be not okay. Every single.
But I never eat. No one eats Pizza Avolo.
Yeah, it's in the rural areas.
Right.
And, you know. So last question: what do you think is going to happen in part 2? Is there going to be any different factor?
They'll divide into teams. 2 of the highest scored people will become the leaders.
Okay.
Of the teams and they'll become captains. So they'll have 2 teams and they'll each pick a member. So they'll pick their team.
Like a soccer game.
And then they can trade.
Oh, wow.
They can trade. The teams get traded. Each episode, I don't know, maybe like the lowest scoring person has to go to the other team or they get eliminated and stuff like that. So I think there will be 2 teams.
And do you think the end result, the actual debut member, it's going to be 2 groups, separate groups?
Right.
Oh.
And I think this will be not just like a one-off show where they have 2 teams and they debut and that's it. But they'll continuously compete against each other.
It's like icon and winner
for
I
2 or
guess.
3 years.
In that case, I like that idea because initially I didn't like the idea of having 12 members. I feel like it's too much. Like even if you see the performances right now, you can barely see like 1 or 2 members. I feel like six like, member groups are going to be groups.
Nice. Or maybe 7-5.
Yeah, that's going to be a good group. So
and what do you think BTS is going to do?
I think they're going to come and just like be mentors.
Give them pizza? Like,
Pizza Volo.
Pizza's on
we
us.
have Pizza Volo, guys.
Pizza's
we have Baskin
Robbins.
Robbins.
Guess what we got?
We have Chilsung Cider. We have Galaxy. Let's eat BTS
wow,
cake.
These earbuds.
But I think they're just gonna be mentors, like J-Hope being the dance team mentor, and RM being the prep talk member.
I want like someone like Jesse on the show. Honestly,
Oh.
I want something that's like totally out there. Someone that's like really confrontational, really abrasive.
Yeah, we need a Simon Cowell figure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want Jesse to come in there and say like, like something like
Oh,
that.
shit,
Like
yeah.
I want that, and they'll be like, oh my god, they're gonna be.
Well, in this episode, did you see Rain?
kind of like shouted.
Yeah, he was like, what did he say? 뭐라 했지?
But it was funny. But it was,
웃겼는데?
Rain is not scary. Okay?
He was trying to be scary, but it was like, 뭐라 했지? 뭐라 했지?
Right. Well, I think to them it will be scary because he actually like matters. Right, but like for the average viewer, it's like, oh my god, this guy's so funny. Tell us who you think will be surviving as an Islander in the next episode. I'm very excited. Let's get some outside action. Let's get out of the freaking building. It's tiring. I want the egg gone.
Yeah.
I want some fresh air.
Yeah.
And tell us what you think about the show, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.